This gathering tonight is an unparalleled opportunity for us to do that. So those of you who are prepared to engage with seriousness, with moral clarity, with intellectual honesty, and most importantly, with kavod, with respect, we invite you to enjoy this evening and engage. So, Shmully, you want to say some words, and then you'll hear more from me.
You better not take my verse.
Where are you? He stole my verse.
No,
okay.
No.
I'll go to the New Testament. Don't worry, I got it. Hello, everyone. My name is Shmully Hecht. I'm one of the founders of Shabtai, and I'm honored to be here tonight, and I'm honored to see so many people. Frankly, if we had a larger room, we would have filled a larger room. Evidence of the embracing of free speech here on campus. I would like to, first of all, recognize the fact that there are over 30 senior members of the Yale faculty here tonight. Thank you very much, some with spouses. It's an honor to have you here tonight. I see people here from political science, from physics, from chemistry, from electrical engineering, from the Jackson Institute, and other departments, economics. If I missed you, raise your hand. It's really, I'm sorry? Computer science, thank you. Of course, we're Jews. Computer science, of course. Mathematics, okay. Medicine, the medical school, the former dean of the medical school. Okay, we can't go through all the names. Of course, the members of the graduate community, the professional schools, the undergrads. Are there any freshmen in the room? Any first years here at Yale? Welcome to campus, baby. This is how it rolls. Welcome to New Haven. Welcome to Yale. Okay, thank you for being here tonight. I would like to, lastly, but not lastly, thank, of course, the minister, Itamar Ben-Gvir, a hero of the state of Israel, and the Jewish people around the world for joining us tonight all the way. We should proudly know that we are the one university that was lucky enough to be able to book you here to come to speak at an Ivy League school. It's wonderful to have you, and God willing, on the next trip you'll have more time and go off to some of the other schools in the area. I want to also personally thank Yishai Fleischer, the spokesman of the city of Hebron, where the Jewish people were actually born, and our patriarchs and matriarchs, 3 of our 4 matriarchs were buried, for being here tonight. I'd like to lastly thank, but most importantly, God for giving us this wonderful opportunity to sit, brothers and sisters from people of all faiths, all ethnicities, all races, all sexual gender identities, a community of scholars. For God, for country, for Yale, we're here tonight. Thank you, God, for giving us this wonderful opportunity. Amen. I haven't started with the verse yet. Yeah, okay, so I want to just say 2 short things, because there's a lot of confusion in the world about Itamar Ben-Gvir. Who is this man? So you've seen the rhetoric, you've seen the Instagrams, you've seen the Twitters, you've seen the emails, you've seen the op-eds, and now you need to know who Itamar Ben-Gvir is. I am going to do a Bible reading. I want to go back to the source. Who is Itamar Ben-Gvir? The Bible tells us that Aaron, the brother of Moses, the high priest, had 4 sons, Nadav, Avihu, Elazar, Itamar. Remember that name. 4 sons. Nadav, Avihu died in sacrifice to God. And then there was a second set of Elazar, Itamar. And they're generally mentioned together when they're mentioned. However, there's a place in the Bible where Itamar is mentioned on his own, and it is when we deal with the tabernacle that traveled with the Jewish people through the desert on their way to the land of Israel. And it says in the Bible that Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, our leader, I'll read the verse. Exodus 38:21. Itamar Kohen was appointed by Moses to essentially appoint the other leaders of the tribes to erect and dismantle the tabernacle 40 times over during their travels in the land of the desert on their way to Israel. And here we see Itamar mentioned on his own to build and to rebuild and to take things apart and to rebuild them and to take things apart and to rebuild them 40 times from Egypt, from bondage, from slavery to freedom to the land of Israel. Itamar is the person who is endowed with that responsibility. Thank you. Itamar was appointed as the person who was responsible for building the tabernacle. Why the tabernacle? The commentaries tell us that the gold of the tabernacle was an atonement for the sin of the golden calf. The Jewish people erred. We swayed. We committed a sin. We worshiped the golden calf. And the tabernacle was built to fix the mistakes that we made as Jewish people. That's why we had a Mishkan. L'taken et chet ha'egel. And who's the person that comes along? Appointed to be responsible for that building of the Mishkan, of the tabernacle? Itamar. That's the first name. Ben-Gvir. Gvir. Do we see the word Gvir in the Bible? Raise your hand if you know where it says Gvir in the Bible. Great. Time to start a Bible class at Yale. Havigvir lachecha. Thank you. So I want to just tell you that I won't read the whole Old Testament. I'll just do the book of Genesis for you. That was a joke, Henry. Isaac, the second patriarch. Abraham comes first, then Isaac. Isaac has two sons, Yaakov and Esav. They were very different sons. And at the end of his life, Isaac is going to bless his sons. And Yaakov and Esav are twins. And Esav sells his birthright to his brother Yaakov. And Yaakov comes in with great genius after buying the birthright from his brother, and he wants to receive the blessing. And what does Yitzchak, the second patriarch of the Jewish people, tell his son Yaakov? V'yiten lecha Elohim mital hashamayim. I want you to know that every Saturday night, millions of Jews around the world read this every Saturday night after Shabbat ends. I read it with Toby, my spouse, because it's a blessing, not just from Isaac to his son Yaakov, but every person gives that blessing to another person. V'yiten lecha Elohim mital hashamayim mishmani haaretz. God should give you from the tal hashamayim, from the dew of heaven, and from the fat of the earth, v'rov dag and v'sirash, and he should give you grain and tirosh and grapes. Yavducha amim v'yishtachavu lecha le'umim. Nations will serve you, and they will bow down to you. Havigvir lachecha. You should be the master. He tells Yaakov his son that you are going to have sovereignty. You are going to be the leader, lachecha, to your brother, to your own brother. And your brothers, children, the children of your daughter will come and they will commit to you. They will bow to you. Those that curse you will be cursed, and those that bless you will bless you, and those that bless you will be blessed. Something very odd is going on over here. Yitzchak doesn't know that it's Yaakov that he's giving the blessing to. He thinks it's Esav, because Yaakov goes and he dresses up like Esav because he knows that after the sale, he's going to pull the sale back of that birthright. So Yitzchak is giving Yaakov a blessing that in his mind is actually going to Esav. So what's he thinking to say? And the Torah continues that Esav comes in and he realizes that the blessings were taken by his brother. And he cries. Esav cries to his father. He says, Dad, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't you have a blessing for me? Imagine a son begging his father, you gave the blessings away. And Yitzchak, his father, says, don't worry, Esav, I got you. He says, but he says, just give me one blessing. And he promises him, Mishmani haaretz, he tells his brother that you will have the fat of the land. And tal hashamayim al, you will have the dew. You will be rich, you will be successful, you will have land, you will have all the fatness. But he says, I told your brother that he is going to have the sovereignty. But you should know, he tells Esav, Teda, that if he falls, if he falters, if he makes the big mistake, the blessing will be taken away from him. The blessing will be taken away from him. And this is the message of Gvir Lachecha. Moral clarity, human rights, Jewish rights, frankly animal rights, minority rights, all the rights that the Jewish people taught the world, have a Gvir Lachecha. And if we falter and we commit a golden calf, we're going to need an Itamar to come in and build a temple. And the bracha to Yaakov is a Gvir Lachecha only on the condition that you don't make the mistake. Otherwise, Esav gets it. And if Esav and Yaakov can get along together, the blessings will go to both of them, because Yitzchak blessed both his children from whom he knew nations would come. And we're seeing today in the Gulf, thank God, that we are getting together, the Jewish people are getting together with our distant relatives and making peace, and we hope for a day of peace, and a real peace, and a true peace, and have a Gvir Lachecha. Until that time, we need strong, mighty people. Itamar Ben-Gvir, thank you very, very much, everybody.